Good afternoon, and this is all I've got left to put on Mediocre to get the bike back on the road. And here is the gorgeous machine with the newly fitted micro indicators. Very expensive, but very lovely and very bright. I don't know if there's a law against having indicators that are too bright, but if there is, I'm going to get done. They are fantastic. Forks have been resealed, fresh oil, reset, and look delicious. And I've gone with the gaiters. I was going to do fork shields off of here, off the mudguard bracket, but I decided I'll try out the gaiters. They're just there for protection. I've had to trim the inner edge so it doesn't touch the disc, and it's like about 0.5 millimeter away, so I'm still expecting some rubbing there, but trimmed that off and re-glued it so it's sealed. And couldn't really fit these whilst doing the forks because they would compress and give me a false reading for my gap for the oil level in the forks. So I've had to put these on afterwards, which meant cutting them down the seam on the back edge, cutting them down the seam and then putting them on and then re-gluing the seam. So as always with my gear, a little bit of a bodge, but they're on there. They don't look too bad. I don't think they look too bad. It's my bike. Brakes refurbished. They had a bit of a clean, not much, and full caliper rebuild kits, all new seals and everything. No leakage anywhere. It's beautiful and such a solid lever. That's fantastic. There's no way I'm getting that back to the handlebar. And I've still got 2 adjustments to go on the span, so that is definitely beautiful. And again micro indicator. Look how small that is, teeny tiny. And on the back end got new fluid in the rear brake caliper, rear brake system. The brake caliper itself is spot on, good pedal, no worries there. And that was about it this time round. If you haven't seen the videos, watch the videos. But yes, all I've got to do is fit the number plate, which is what that's for. So I'll get on and do that. So the way I had it fitted before, it was between the adjuster block and the washer, and then obviously the nut, the axle nut, would clamp onto it. But I couldn't remember how I'd managed to clamp that all together and still adjust the chain properly. I managed it, but as I say, I really don't know how I managed it. So this time round, the chain's all adjusted, all looking good, and as I say, this time the number plate was getting in the way. So I've done it all without the number plate on, and now this is going through the axle. So this time this will be going through the axle. That's welded onto the threaded bar, obviously. That will fit in there and end up looking like that, which is quite unassuming. And then this side, the threaded bar comes through, number plate goes onto the axle like it did before, and then this special shaped spacer designed by me, and I commissioned this work. It all sounds so posh. I commissioned this work from a lathe operator. Yeah, bloke at work knocked it up on a lathe, but it's got a recess in there which will cup over the axle and then squash against the number plate and clamp it in place, is the theory behind it. Just pinch that up, and the cone shape the other side should just pull into the axle and grip sort of metal to metal to hold that still. And then just to be doubly sure, I put a lock washer in there as well, just to be doubly sure. I'm going to double nut it to lock nut it up. Like that. And that's my number plate bracket back on. So the bike is now ready for the road. Oh, it still sounds gorgeous. It's been a while, it's been off the road a while. But Mediocre's alive. Now I'll just show you them indicators. See what I mean? It's so... The camera probably doesn't do it justice, but that is blinding. And so teeny tiny. It's wonderful. And these are the expensive ones. I had to buy an extension for the indicator as well to bring it out past the frame. That was about £9 each, just for a threaded bit of bar. But it's a particular thread on the indicator. That's a cheeky one that they did there. And these were £130 for a pair of indicators, which they are amazingly bright and amazingly tiny and should outlast anything I ever bought cheap on eBay. But it's still £130 for a pair of indicators. It's disgraceful, isn't it? And they were so lovely, I thought, do you know what, I'll have some for the front. So I got some for the front, as teeny tiny, from a different supplier, different make, but as I say, as teeny tiny and as super bright, but only £80 a pair. So absolute bargain. Oh my god, I've just gone mad. It's the heat over the previous few weeks. It's aggled my brain. But there you go. Bike's ready to rock and roll. Even got new tyre on the front. So that needs running in. Be a bit careful with that. And obviously those powder coated wheels, they just make it look so much together now rather than the white wheels that were on it. So pleased I got them done. Well worth the wait. But there you go. Outdoor videos coming soon when the weather cheers up. It's windy as anything out there at the moment, and on off with the rain. So yeah, when the weather turns good again, which doesn't seem to be for another week yet, which is really going to piss me off. Anyway, when the weather does turn good again, Mediocre will be outside. And I think a little photo shoot as well. But there you go. Quick video, quick update. Mediocre is alive.